Hey, how we doing? Ankarad is here. Sergeant Ankarad. Subscribe to her. She's great. So Mindful is also in the house. Hello to you. Okay. Hi.
Oh, you're doing it on me. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, I'm doing it on you.
How is everybody?
They're great.
We're doing it live. Cook along if you didn't know. Does it say in the description? Yeah. So we're making a...
Does it?
What says cook along?
That's the title.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. We're making a feijoada, which is a Brazilian stew.
Yeah, typically it has like chorizo and stuff in, but ours is black bean.
Yeah, black beans.
So it's good.
Yeah, so we've got some of the ingredients ready. I ran out of time. There's a couple of things I need to just find out, but mostly those are the kind of things. Yeah, it's going to be a nice, quick, easy one. So we'll do some chatting and stuff as usual.
Who's cooking along?
Yeah, so I was just going to say, are any of you guys cooking along? Have you got your ingredients out? And in the ingredients list that I gave you guys, if you wanted to join, there was 2 vegetables that were listed as you could either have them frozen or fresh, which was the onions and the butternut squash. So if you don't have them frozen pre-chopped, what I say to you to do right now is to chop them. Because, yeah, we'll get straight into it and start chucking it all in the pan and things. So chop your onions and your butternut squash. Do it now.
Do it now.
And little tip for the butternut squash, I find it easiest to like top and tail it and to use a potato peeler.
Top and tails.
Peel off all of the skins. That's how I did mine today. I much prefer using frozen ones because it just saves so much time, especially with something like butternut squash. It's so fiddly to get all the seeds out and chop it up, so if you can get it frozen, definitely do it. And today I didn't have chopped frozen onions either, I had fresh, and there's like quite a few of them, and it was really stinging out my eyes, and I thought, oh, you really don't get this with frozen onions.
They smell so strong. Callum's in the house. Eden T, Nicky, Northern British Gaming, good old General Jocuer, Andre. What are we making, he wants to know?
We are making a feijoada, a Brazilian stew. Hang on, it's from our new cookbook, Speedy Vegan. Brazilian black bean stew, that's what I called it. Yeah, feijoada. So you had this at a festival a long time
ago. One of the veg fests.
Yeah, and I really liked it, and so we thought, how can we maybe sort of replicate that and make our own one? So we have, yeah. We had quite a few recipes from the new cookbook so far, haven't we?
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying them because they're just so quick and like easy. By far, this was the cookbook that was the quickest to put together out of all of them that we've done so far. I was thinking, what book should I do next? And I put out some ideas, and then I thought, maybe I should just do a Speedy Vegan too.
Yeah.
I'm tempted, so.
It'd be a lot quicker.
Yeah.
General Mooncat is here. Mooncat.com.
Subscribe to him. He's great.
He's great.
Yeah.
Huck is in the house. I got by your cookbook. Thank you. I have zero clue about what I'm doing. I'm not cooking along. I am not prepared.
Well, you can save this video if you want to cook along at a later date, or the recipe will be in the cookbook. For anyone who's pre-ordered that, you'll get it in November, whenever that's ready. Soon, hopefully, it'll be very cool.
Yeah, in case you want to watch this back, you want to save the link, guys, because it will stay unlisted. But or you can look in your watch history.
Yes, we will be posting it in. There's a lady who wanted it in the group for the people who've bought our course. There's like a Facebook group for those people. So if you're in that group, it will get posted in there. You mustn't forget to.
Yeah. If anyone's in the Facebook communities or the Hench Herbivore community, let us know if you want it, and we'll post it there as well.
Yeah.
Ben's saying, let's go.
Yeah, you guys are ready.
Emmanuel is in the house. Anchorhead. Unfortunately, we aren't cooking on as we're on our way home from a hospital appointment. I hope everything's all right, Anchorhead.
Yeah, I hope you're okay. And thanks for joining us when you're, out and about and got other things
on. Mitch eats plants in the hizzy. Good to see you, Rebel Vegan. Lovely Priya. Yeah, you found us. Zosmanovic, is Brazilian food spicy?
I can't say I've got a huge experience with Brazilian food to really advise you.
I think it's probably a mixture, from what I understand.
Yeah.
The feijoada is not particularly spicy. I mean, it's flavourful. It's got spices. It's not like terribly hot, if that's your meaning.
Yeah, it hasn't got chili. It's got paprika and some other seasonings.
Yeah.
So, has everybody chopped their butternut squash and their onions who's cooking along? And if so, we'll crack on.
Andre's asking, you said you shared the recipe. Where was that?
I shared it to the Facebook communities.
So Hench Herbivore community.
Yeah, and then the one for the people who've bought the course. And on Patreon, not Patreon, Discord.
Yeah.
Maybe you shared it on Patreon. And
I don't think I did actually.
and just your regular Facebook feed, perhaps.
I can't remember.
Can't quite remember. Yeah, a few places. But if anybody doesn't have the ingredients to cook along tonight, don't worry about it. You could save this if you want to make it another time. But we'll still be chatting and answering questions and stuff as usual, won't we?
Yeah. Callum Sand is excited for the new book. Thank you.
Nice.
Evans, good morning. It's 4 a.m. here, so I'm going to sit back with a coffee and let you do all the work.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Family for Explore. Good to see you guys. They're just watching.
Nice. This doesn't feel anywhere near as intense as the other day when we did that video where we tried to do 4 days meals in
Well, that was
35
mental.
minutes. That was, who's seen that video? That was a
So-
crazy one.
So mindful. Paul Sands a tad sleepy. Must have been a busy day. I am tired actually. Yeah, I have been very busy. I've still got one more video to edit before I can chill out.
Perhaps we'll crack on then. As soon as we're done with this live stream, I'm off out to say happy birthday to my dad. He's at some place doing like bowling and axe throwing and stuff with my brother and a couple of other family members. I'm not going to do that, I'm just going to go and say hi. Anyone see that video with the axe throwing girl? She threw it and then it came back and she went like that.
Oh God.
Did anyone see that?
No.
Some viral video going around. Ever
Oh,
since
God.
I saw that, I just thought, why does anyone ever want to throw axes? It's not for me, not for me. Okay, oh, there's a super chair.
Yeah, lovely Bjorn has kindly donated 22 knocks, and there's a lovely, what is he, a lemon? Giving us some love, a lovely lemon.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bjorn, you lovely soul. So, an iridescent 04 is here. General 04. Can you do this saluting for me? I will cook along, but I don't use butternut squash. I don't like butternut squash, so I'll use fresh zucchini. Is the cooking time the same?
What is zucchini? I would say zucchini would cook quicker, so
But does that change the overall recipe much?
I just put the same kind of volume of zucchini in. Maybe you could put some potato in as well. Chop them up a little. That could be good. Yeah, and when I tell you to put the butternut squash in, maybe give it a few minutes and then put the zucchini in. Wait like three or 4 minutes or something, and then put it in because it will cook quicker than the butternut squash.
Family 4 Explore says that was a great video. You did so well, Gemma.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I felt a mix of kind of like nervous and excited, you know, when I was doing it.
Yeah. Thanks, Angharad, you little lovely. Shall we get cracking then?
Let's get cracking. Okay, so step one, we're going to boil the kettle. So it's up to you whether you want to weigh the water, so you've got the specific amount we need for the recipe, which is 1,330 millilitres, or you could just fill it up, whatever you can be bothered to do. So fill your kettle. This will just save time through the recipe. Should I bother to put the good water or not bother?
Yeah, put it.
Put it? Okay.
Is it steaming or?
It's going in the snack. It's cooking.
Yeah.
Going in the snack.
Yeah, let's have good water.
Okay.
I don't want no stinking chloride.
So this is our Berkey water filter. So you put it at the top, and then take it at the bottom. Had this thing for years, haven't we?
Yeah,
Love it.
we love a bit of it.
Yeah. This might just be a minute. So, for the purposes of, you know, like Speedy Vegan, it's all about speed and quick meals. So, you know, if you're in a hurry, don't be standing there doing this. Just do everything you can to make it as quick as possible. This recipe, you can prep it in like 10 minutes, the prep time. It is really quick.
Eliza's here. Hello to you.
Oh, hi.
Little lovely. Andre just ordered 6 kilos of soy curls. They were expensive. Never tried them. Fingers crossed. I actually like them. Oh God.
That's risky.
I've not tried them. They're TVP, are they? I think. Sauce Sings is in the hizzy.
Oh. Okay, I think that'll do.
Zosmanovic. That is a Berkey. Berkey water filter. Very good. I think they're the best one on the market.
You're going to have to put up with the noise from the kettle, I'm afraid, this time. We usually don't do that because it's like noisy, isn't it? But we need it.
Yeah.
So what you need to do now is to get yourself a pan and some quinoa. And if you want to make exactly the amount that I'm making for this recipe, we're going to have 325 grams. So this recipe is to serve 5, and each serving would have just under 600 calories. So for some that might be a bit too much, for some it might not be enough. So, you know, gauge on what you want to have. And a good way to like increase or decrease the amount of calories for this recipe, in my opinion, is to just change the amount of the grain. So tweak that and then keep everything else the same. I think that just makes things easier. This is a 300 gram bag. I'm just going to put 300, but if you want to have as many macros as is in this recipe, do 325.
Joan Harvard is in the hizzy. Good to see you. Emmanuel, how did the workout go today? All right, yeah. What did I do? Back today, upper back, lats. That was it, really. Lats. Yeah, very good. Feeling strong.
I'll come over this side.
Thanks for axing.
Okay, so wait for the kettle to boil, and then we're going to steam fry our onions. So here is our onions. So 500 grams of frozen onions, or 5 small onions chopped up little. Imagine you guys know about steam frying by now, but if you don't, I will tell you all about it. So that you don't have to cook with any oil, that your food doesn't stick to the pan. So you want to start with a small amount of water. If you're using frozen onions, bear in mind they will release some moisture as they start cooking, so don't add too much water in. Because there'll come like a critical point where they'll just all release the liquid and they'll be swimming in water. You don't want to boil it, you want to steam it.
Der Haferflocke ist hier. He's good. Guten Abend. Good evening to you, my friend. Rebel Vegan just watched our coffee video.
Oh, nice. What did you think?
How did you like it? We're going to do a bit more short form video now. We understand that's the way forwards at the minute, particularly on the gram.
Okay, so I'm going to set a timer, if I can remember how to do it. 6 minutes. Steam fry your onion for 6 minutes. And as soon as the kettle's boiled, we're going to put the quinoa on. I'm just going to come over and see what the next steps are. What I really suggested as one of the mini tips in this book is like, when you're going through a recipe, like just see if you can move on to the next step any time you're just waiting around for a second. It'll just save time. So maybe you can be weighing out the spices for the next step, or you can be draining the beans or something like that. Maybe you can be washing up. It just gets everything done much quicker.
I've got something to add.
Yep.
Spice weasel. Blam. Ben is asking, what is your go-to supermarket for the majority of food we buy?
I sort of vary. I used to use Tesco's because I used to be sneaky and get 10% discount because my brother worked there. But then when COVID hit, all the supermarkets were like really busy. I could never get a delivery from them. So I started using a mixture of Ocado, Sainsbury's and Asda. I don't specifically have a preference really. Sometimes if there's an offer on like Groupon and you can get like a certain amount of your money back, I'll just go with one of those kind of companies to do that.
Zosmanovic reckons they've got the same kettle.
Oh, very good. So you want to see like here, there's a little bit of water, but it's not swimming. And if it starts like looking a bit brown along the edges, you know, like you've not got enough liquid, you want to add a bit more. You don't want to burn it.
Golden brown, texture like bum.
Now you want to get yourself some smoked paprika and some garlic ready, because they're going to go in next. So have that ready, get a teaspoon ready.
Thanks, Rich Eats Plants. I try my best. It's one of my camera skills.
Okay, so nothing to do for a moment. I'm just going to find up the next spices that we need.
Herb Evans, love quinoa. I didn't discover it until I was diagnosed with celiac. Now I can't get enough of it. Nice. Great stuff. Lots of protein.
So you want to get yourself some bay leaves,
Bay leaves,
some black pepper,
black pepper.
some salt if you wish for it, that's always optional. And we need coriander as well. That's on the windowsill. We always have some fresh herbs on the windowsill, don't we?
They never look very fresh though.
Yeah, as they start to get like old and like they're not gonna come back to life again, we just sort of get rid of it and start a new one, don't we?
Yeah.
I never find coriander keeps very well, like lots of it. How about you guys? How do you keep your coriander?
Do you ever water it?
Maybe I over or underwater it, perhaps. Yeah, I don't know. We need that app where you scan plants and it tells you like what it's doing. Has anyone seen that? It looks really cool. Okay. So I'm going to weigh a specific amount of water in the quinoa. I'm going to put in 1 litre.
1 litre is actually exactly 1,000 grams.
Yeah, that's right. And then that way I'm just going to cook it until the water has evaporated. It's coming along nicely. A couple more minutes.
Feijoada. Mitch, the only plant I can grow successfully is basil, and it grows out of control. I love basil so much.
Yeah, I can grow basil and mint and parsley, but not coriander, I'm afraid. It doesn't like me. And we're going to add a lid. Okay. Is anybody cooking along and is everybody keeping up okay? If at any time anybody wants me to slow down, please let me know.
Ain't that the truth? So mindful.
Okay, so.
I'd like you to go faster.
You want to go faster? Okay. So next we're going to add the spices. Pretty much in a minute everything else is going to go in the pan and then we're going to cook it for a bit. So we're really
Cook it on gas.
we're really getting there. It's really one of those recipes that's so simple, you know, and you make such a big serving of it as well.
So what will this last 5 days?
This is 5 days worth of food.
Oh god
And
damn.
I know, like, really, this sort of snack, you probably just want to keep it in the fridge for about 3 days. So just get 2 servings, put it in a tub and put it in the freezer, and then just get it out later in the week or another time. Say you don't want to eat the same snack for 5 days in a row, make 5 servings, keep out as many as you want, put the rest in the freezer, then another day make a big batch of another thing, and then you can mix them up and you don't have to eat the same thing all the time.
Joan Harvard is asking, can I use fresh baby spinach instead of frozen?
Yes, definitely. Again, I've just said like frozen spinach because it's just quick and easy. You just chuck some of those little.
Yeah,
you know,
just for the sake of this new cookbook, it's meant to be the fastest recipes possible.
Yeah, you don't have to wash it.
But yeah, you get no waste. It's possibly fresher than fresh, depending on how long the fresh has been sitting around for.
Yeah.
You don't lose anything from the frozen, although, you know, it's not so delightful to kind of eat on its own. Oftentimes,
Yeah.
a lot of foods.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, so you decide if you like frozen vegetables or not. But yeah, I find that once you put them into a snack and you flavour it, like I can't tell the difference if something's been was fresh or frozen.
JB, fogged my place out with onions and garlic. We'll likely fog the area out with fats and all later. Sulphur farts. Benny Green, my IRL friend. How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
So the way I've written this cookbook, and all of them really, is that I saw somebody doing this on a blog. They would put the ingredients listed in what order they go into the recipe, and I find that really helpful. So when I go back up and I'm looking at the method and then the ingredients, I just know I have to go down to where I got to. So yeah. Look at any of the recipes in any of the books like that. You can just see that they're in the order you need them. You know how to easily get back to where you.
I don't know why that light's over there facing the camera. It's stupid.
Yeah, we're kind of the wrong way around.
Put that light there, and then point it towards the worktop.
Okay.
Or the cooker if you want.
Oh yes.
It's not here.
Yeah.
Is this light on
5
full?
teaspoons.
No, it's not all that bright. I think it's because you're so ghostly.
So now we want to add in 5 teaspoons of smoked paprika. And so I'm just going to add a little more water because this has dried out a little bit.
Have we been to Glastonbury tour? Is asking Keenan Z.
Yeah, we loved it, didn't we?
Yeah, we've been up there.
It was really good. We went there in the winter and the steps were a little bit icy. We went up like the wrong side.
Went up the dangerous side.
Yeah, it was a bit
We were lucky
scary.
we didn't die.
A bit scary, really. So 5 teaspoons of smoked paprika, and now you've got a choice. You can either have fresh garlic, but it just takes more time to chop it and everything, or you can use some, what is this, powdered, or I like this frozen chopped garlic. So you decide which one you want. It's either 5 tablespoons of this one, or 5 cloves, or 5 teaspoons of powder. Oh, those count. Is that 4? I keep doing that, I like chatting and then I lose count. So we'll just cook this for 1 minute.
Herb Evans, I used to eat lots of fresh spinach, but cut back after a painful kidney stone last year. It's high in oxalates. Does that make sense to you, Hench? Yeah, you can get oxalate kidney stones. I would recommend no more than about 100 grams, really, per day. Yeah. That goes for beet greens, chard, like the 7 of rhubarb or starfruit. I would only have one of those on any given day. They are healthy, and there are healthy components, but there's also a lot of oxalates.
Okay, I'm just going to come over here to look at what the next step is. So, okay, next we're going to add the butternut squash and the beans. So I just need to open those.
Andre says he's done with the batch cooking.
Yeah.
Very wise.
Very good. It just saves so much time because you've already got all the ingredients out. You're going to have to like wash up. The only thing like extra is any extra chopping. But if you're using say like frozen vegetables, you don't have to even do any chopping. You just have to weigh out a tiny bit more.
Andy's golfer is in the hizzy. What up?
Obviously, if you don't want to use cans of beans, you can cook your own, but that just takes time. So, you know, all the recipes in this particular cookbook, you don't have any steps like that.
You're a fast can opener.
I'm trying to do it quick because normally they have like a ring pull, don't they? And it's like much quicker. So I'm trying to not take any more time.
Connor Hughes, I did say lightsaber. I was saying it. Wow, wow. Bzz, bzz.
Okay, I think this has been about.
So it's treason then.
Now we're going to add in our butternut squash. Just going to turn it down for a second while I get the other other ingredients in.
Mark Veganism is in the hizzy. He said, wow, is this the Nigella Lawson? She does say as many sexual innuendos as Nigella Lawson, to be fair.
Oh, I'm getting bad in here. But that's not, I'm not doing this because you said about Nigella Lawson.
Priya is saying smoky paprika and black beans. Mmm. Well said.
Sieve your 4 cans of beans now.
I see you rinsing them, draining and rinsing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Family 4. Cassie Harris, good to see you. Long time no see. Hello, beautiful souls. Hello to you. Herb, that's been my approach. I swap out spinach with bok choy and pak choy. Aren't they the same thing, I think? Bok choy and pak choy. I think they're the same vegetable. I think. I've been wrong before. Yeah, but anyway, either way, they have sulforaphane. So so they're very good. Oh, Black Cat is here.
Oh.
This is our neighbour's cat. He comes in to see us now. He's only got 3 legs, but he's very lovely, aren't you, Black Cat?
Oh, Black Cat.
He got on Gemma's chest when she was laying down the other day and just played with her.
Oh, he's so good.
Hey, Black Cat, are you snacky?
Come back over. We'll feed him in a minute. Come back to the snack if you don't mind.
We'll feed you in a minute, Black Cat.
Because
We're doing a live stream.
There'll be a break in a minute with nothing to do, so
We can show everyone Black Cat.
yeah. So,
The lovely tripod
teaspoon of
cat.
black pepper.
Teaspoon of Black Cat. I mean black pepper.
5 bay leaves.
1, 2, 3, 4,
I'm gonna put
5,
6 because they're quite small. Though.
6.
Okay, and some liquid.
Mild green, hairy lip squid.
So you want to weigh 330 millilitres.
Black Cat. He's looking for snacks.
In a minute, Black Cat. And it goes.
Hi Pretty is in the hizzy.
I'm gonna have it on a medium heat. Nope, we don't want you.
Oh, he's looking at us.
Oh, he's so cute.
Not long now, Black Cat.
Oh.
Herb Evans just bought a pressure cooker, makes cooking dried beans a breeze.
Yeah. I'm just going to check the recipe to see if we need to add anything else at this stage.
Dosmanovic's enjoying Black Cat.
If you've got frozen spinach, add it in now at this point. So the amount you want is 200 grams. If you're going to use fresh, don't put it in yet because it doesn't take long to wilt down, does it? So those are all the ingredients so far. We're going to put the cover on, bring it to the boil, and then we're going to simmer for 7 minutes. Where is my lid? Do you know?
No, I don't know where your goddamn lid is. Oh, is it on the draining board? Daddy Bear reads a bedtime in the hizzy. Family 4, didn't know you had to limit spinach. What was the reason? I missed that.
Oxalates.
Oxalates.
Yeah.
They're a compound. They're kind of pro-inflammatory. Some people do okay with a moderate amount of oxalates. We have a bacteria, Oxalobacter firmindres, in the colon, which eats it. But yeah, you can overdo oxalates. Different people have different tolerances. In a well-functioning gut, I wouldn't be too concerned, but well, it's still good to limit it anyway, just on the off chance. It can create kidney stones and things and painful joints. If you look under a microscope, it's like sort of shards of crystal-looking stuff. Yeah, it gets in the joints there. Woot is asking, how did he get in?
Oh, when you open the front door, he just comes running in.
He just comes barging. We forgot he was in here. He's been sleeping on our beds for ages.
Before he had his injury and lost one of his legs,
He's going. I think you should feed him.
he used to climb over the back fence and come in the back door if it was open, and he'd just suddenly be here. We'd be like, how did you get in?
Yeah. Feed him.
Okay.
Feed him. Black Cat, snacks. He likes them on the floor, don't he?
Black Cat.
He will only eat them off the floor. If you put them in a bowl, he don't want them.
Here, baby. He's a good pet.
He's a really good person. Black Cat, you're famous. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, let's see what else is going on. For some reason, I'm sitting on the floor.
You sit on the floor. So I'm going to set a timer for 7 minutes now. The snack has come to the boil, so now I've put it down to a simmer. I'm going to cook it for 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
Oh, so are we having a break now?
Yeah, I'm going to be getting ready the next ingredients that we need, so I'm not really having a break. But you can have a sit down on the floor.
Cassie, I'm sorry if this is already asked. I know it's chronometer tracks oxalates now. Oh, does it really? I didn't know that.
Oh, that's cool.
What would a good limit be? Oh, I was thinking like for people with like sensitivities, I think I heard about 100 milligrams a day is a good upper limit. For a healthy person, I don't know what that would be. That's really interesting. I can't imagine they have it for many foods because there's thousands of foods on there and they can't have measured it in all the foods. So I've got a feeling, well, I don't know how many it'll be in. But yeah, I'll have a look into that. Thank you. I did not know that. Thanks, Benny. Daddy Bear, I like jalapenos, but they don't like me. Ah. You like your jallops, don't you, mate?
Yeah, I love them. I find them a little bit too spicy though. That's how much of a wimp I am with spice.
Yeah.
I love that little cat. He's so friendly.
Yeah, it's very good.
I think he just makes friends with everyone.
Yeah.
Great person.
Okay. Rebel Vegan, does it help to put mustard powder on the greens that have oxalates in them? No. Not as far as I know. The reason for mustard powder is, in the case of a cruciferous vegetable that's been chopped and cooked too quickly and not had time for the sulforaphane to materialise, you add that after cooking, and then because mustard is a cruciferous, so it has the myrosinase enzyme, which mixes with the glucoraphanin to create sulforaphanes. But the myrosinase is destroyed by cooking, you see. So that's the main reason I know about that. I don't know if there's probably other tricks as well that I don't know about.
What I'm just doing now is squeezing some lime juice because at the end of cooking we're going to add in some lime. It's the kind of thing that you want to add in at the last minute, citrus. I know that we need 10 tablespoons. I don't know how many bits of lime that is, so I'm just going to squeeze some out and see how we go.
Just going to squeeze the cheese.
I'm going to guess it'll be 1 lime, but I can't remember. I can't
PJ,
remember precisely.
PJ is saying being vegan sucks when you stay in South Africa. Well, that sucks then.
Let's see. No, you didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
I'll just say the snack every now and again, just give it a little stir, but you don't have to keep an eye on it like constantly or anything.
Hi, Pretty. What's cooking? Butternut squash chili?
I told you wrong. It's not 5 tablespoons of 10 of lime. It's 5. It's 10 tablespoons of coriander, and we are making a feijoada, which is a Brazilian stew. Ours has got black beans in it. So while we're waiting, chop yourself some coriander, which is going to go in the snack at the end.
So mindful. I'm trying to have a handful size of frozen greens 1 to 2 times a day. Should I be concerned? Not really, but do mix up your greens. And, you know, chard, spinach and beet greens, they're not the most nutritious. They're all right, but there's better ones. So I'd say stick to 1 of those a day and then put in some at the most, and then 1 or 2 of like other greens like kale, bok choy, rocket or arugula, watercress. Like your darker kind of salad greens are particularly good. Yeah.
Okay. Chop your coriander. Again, this is an ingredient that goes in right at the end.
Kim Draco, do you need to cook chickpeas from a can or just wash them if adding to salad?
Oh, just wash them. They're already cooked. But some you find in cans are like really soft and nice, and some are still quite hard, aren't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, but technically you don't have to cook them at all. Yeah, any legume that comes in a can, you can just eat it.
Just eat it. So mindful. I've only been including more greens in my diet to help get my heart health back up, as suggested by Dr. Esselstyn. Yeah, he likes. How many servings does he do? It's quite a few, isn't it? I think for heart patients.
I can't remember.
So several cups a day for the nitric oxide.
Just give us a little check and a little stir. So if you use frozen butternut squash, it will be ready a little quicker, but if you've used fresh, then it may take a touch longer to cook because the frozen one is obviously already cooked. So shortly I'm just going to poke it with a fork. Oh, we're nearly at the 7 minutes. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to see how it's doing.
Jose, spinach versus kale versus lettuce. Which is your preference for salad making?
What was it, the options again?
Spinach, kale, lettuce.
Spinach, kale, lettuce. I don't really like raw kale.
No, I don't.
It doesn't really agree with me. So
I find it upsets my stomach.
Not a fan of that. Spinach is okay, but I don't eat like masses of it. I'd say lettuce.
And that's better cooked if you want to minimise your oxalates. But yeah, lettuce.
Yeah.
Romaine. It's our sort of staple already, isn't it?
Yeah. If you're using, if you were using frozen spinach, you probably would have already put that in by now, because I'm sure I mentioned that. If not, put it in now. And if you're using the fresh spinach, put it in now. We've got a bag, it's already washed, so you want 200 grams in there. Just whack the lid on. Just keep that another minute or so, and that will quickly wilt down. Let's check on our quinoa. Yeah, this is doing nicely.
PJ, however I pronounce that, lives in backwards land for some reason. Not even going to acknowledge his comment. He's just backwards.
Backwards land, hey. There we go.
Home of Sverige and other such twats.
My butternut squash was nearly done, so just give that one more minute for the spinach. And I'm going to add the black beans, cook that for another minute or so. And then we're pretty much here, we're pretty much done.
Just speaking of meat being cheap, it's not. You're paying for it if you're flipping taxes. I saw a stat that, like, I can't remember the exact price now, but like a Big Mac would be several times the price. But with your tax money, you're subsidising it, so it's not cheap at all. Meat is made out of, like, many times the amount of beans or a grain for, like, one part of meat. Like, it's simple, like, what's the word for that? Not economics. Well, I suppose it is economics. Anyway, don't be a twat.
It's silly, isn't it? Really bonkers.
Bonkers. I think it's like 20 inputs to get one output, so which is going to be cheaper? It's not rocket science.
If you're putting any salt in,
A little bit of salt.
But again, you don't have to put that in. Instead of the water, you could have put some vegetable stock, and then that's got a bit of salt in, hasn't it?
Yeah. Andy's Golf It is saying chop your broccoli 40 minutes before cooking. Yeah, bang on. We have a week's supply cut up and open tub in the fridge. Unfortunately, by doing that, you'll create endotoxins, which nullify the anti-inflammatory benefits of produce. So you win some, you lose some. I wouldn't do it any more than 40 minutes optimally. A bit longer is probably okay, but the longer you leave it, the more endotoxins you create and the less anti-inflammatory benefits you get from the produce. So swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
Iridescent looks like she's cooking along.
Oh, lovely. So my butternut squash needs like another minute or two because it's fresh. If you used frozen, I'm sure it's done by now, so you could put in your black beans, just cook it for another minute. If you're not going to be eating this snack right now, you don't need to heat the beans. So you could turn off the hob now, put the beans in, and put in the coriander and the lime juice, give it a good old stir, and you're done. Because then you need to let it cool down before you can refrigerate it. But if you are eating some of it tonight, then put in the black beans now, and we'll just heat that through for a couple of minutes. And I didn't put my black beans in like as soon as I would have done because I needed my butternut squash to cook, in the liquid. So I will add those in shortly, and then 2 more ingredients, and then we're done. How easy is that? Very simple,
Love it.
isn't it?
Adam Garrett, best things I can take or eat to help me sleep. So one thing, I wouldn't eat more than 2 or 3 hours before bed. I actually stop eating about 4 hours before bed. The best thing you can take is a cold shower first thing in the morning.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. So the cold and then your body temperature rising tells your brain, oh, it's time to wake up. And conversely, you can have a hot shower or bath at bedtime, and then the rapid cooling tells your body to go to sleep. So those are my top tips.
So if you have a look at the quinoa now, you can see that the water has all evaporated. So you obviously want to keep an eye on that more towards the end. It still feels a little liquidy to me, so I'm just going to give it another minute with the lid off, just to get rid of a bit more moisture, and then we're done. Some people cook quinoa the sort of pasta method, which is that you just cover it with loads of water and then you drain it at the end. But with quinoa, I prefer to cook it this way, with like the right amount of water and then let it evaporate. But other grains like buckwheat and rice and things, I prefer to just put loads in, a bit more than you need, and then drain it at the end.
PJ, is Barney Duplessis still vegan? So Barney Duplessis was the 2014 Mr. Universe. He was my training partner in 2015 for 6 months. I've not really had anything to do with him in recent years. If I had to guess, I would guess that he very probably is, knowing his character. He's talking about making a comeback into bodybuilding again or something.
I think Black Cat wants to go.
No!
Should I go, mate? Okay.
Don't let him.
Bye, Black Cat. He's got such a cute little meow, hasn't he? We used to the cowboy who's like really noisy.
Yeah.
And like that, you can hardly hear him, so you have to really listen out for him.
Randall Lewis in the hizzy, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Woot, what is for desert? I was trying to think, that caught me out then. They've put desert instead of dessert. What is for desert?
Oh, well,
Sand.
We're not making a dessert tonight. We don't have time to make more than one recipe really in the hour. With like chatting and answering questions and stuff.
But mostly we just eat fruit.
Yeah, but I mean other days we have done desserts on the cook-alongs, haven't we?
Oh yes.
I'm going to turn the quinoa off now, so that's done. I'm going to add the black beans into here. So as you can see, you need quite a big pan to make big batches. But yeah, it's really worth it. There's like 5 lunches or dinners here now, and then you don't have to cook for days if you don't want to, and if you don't mind eating the same thing. It's really good.
Hayley Bateman, can you say hello to my 4-year-old Araya, please? She likes watching your videos.
Oh, hi, Araya.
Araya, I think.
Oh,
Araya.
Thanks for watching. You look lovely.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, thanks for joining us. We very much appreciate you. 4 years old. Oh, that's very cute.
Weren't her here. Hi, I missed the beginning. What were the first few ingredients?
Yeah, I'm happy to tell you. I'm just going to leave this cooking for another minute and then we're done. Okay, we'll come over to the computer. So you need 325 grams of quinoa, 500 grams of frozen onion, or 5 small fresh onions. You want to chop them up. 5 tablespoons of chopped garlic, or 4 teaspoons of garlic powder. 5 teaspoons of smoked paprika. 800 grams of frozen chopped butternut squash, or 1 large butternut squash, and you want to peel and cube it. 4 cans of black beans, you want to drain and rinse them. 200 grams of frozen spinach, 5 bay leaves, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, salt to taste, 5 tablespoons of lime juice, and 10 tablespoons of coriander. I'm going to add in the last couple of ingredients now. So, in goes our coriander.
Woot, the spinach went in here some time ago.
Yeah, if you're using frozen, you want to add that in quite early on because it takes at least like 5 minutes to defrost. And how much lime is it? 5 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Daddy Bear, do you prefer dried or tinned lentils?
Dried or tinned? I like them both.
Yeah, it depends what you're making, really, doesn't it?
I've turned off the hob now and give it a final stir, and then we're done. That's it. Really simple, isn't it?
Adam Garrett in the hizzy. Oh, in the lining. Don't dig the black wings a couple of minutes. They are like bullets. I mash them a bit.
Nice. So this snack will last like, around 3 days in the fridge, but you want to put it in airtight containers, or you can put some servings in the freezer for, I'm going to say a month. Probably you can keep it longer, but I like to just be more on the conservative side with that kind of thing. And so, would anyone like to know the macros for each serving? I think I should say it anyway in case anyone is watching later and they want to know. Okay, so it is 595 calories per serving. If you divide this by 5 with the quinoa, it will have 27 grams of protein, 91 grams of carbs, and 5 grams of fat.
Nice and low fat. Andy didn't know about the endotoxins. Do I need to seek medical help? No, you just didn't get the anti-inflammatory benefits from whatever produce that was for that time. It's not going to, in and of itself, do damage.
So, what did everyone think of this snack? This cook along. How did you feel about it? And what should we do in the next cook along? I'm sure we'll do one again at another time. We've done like a couple of desserts and one of the savoury, something like that. Now I can't really remember. I don't know. But yeah, what would you like to see us do another time in another cook along?
So Mindful doesn't use salt, but they do use liquid aminos from time to time. Yeah, that's probably a better idea.
Cowboy's here.
Cowboy! The best one of the three. You okay, mate? Say something.
Your friend's gone. I'm sorry.
He's gone. Say something. Cowboy. Snacks. You just have to whisper snacks to him.
He's gone.
Ilani, the amount you are making, how many meals will that last for you both?
This is 4 servings for Paul, plus he'd have a bit more quinoa than that actually, and 5 servings for, I'll say, an average person. If somebody's not a big eater of this kind of stuff and they'd rather have like, you know, they normally have smaller servings and then say something else with it, like a sweet or some fruit or, you know, whatever, maybe you could make this serve like 6, I'd say. So it's quite a lot, isn't it, you know?
Yeah.
And I know we took a while because we were like chatting and, you know, stuff tonight, but the prep time is 10 minutes and the cook time is like 15 minutes or something like that.
So are we done now?
Yeah, we're done.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the comments.
Yeah.
We are done. We might as well go in the living room and sit down.
Sure, if you were just cracking on with it, you know, straight away, no distractions and everything, and you had the frozen vegetables to save time, you could do 10 minutes of prep with this snack.
Wah wah wee wah.
Yeah, for 5 servings.
Right, let's go and sit down.
Okay.
Well, that was quick. That caught me off guard. Cat. Oh, do you want to bring the light on him?
Yep.
I just got to put some lights on. Hang on.
Where's the extension? Oh, here it is.
It's tucked away so cleans a lot thing. I'm caught up in it. Oh,
Chair me. Right.
we've got 2 good chairs. Now I wood glued the bad one.
Nice. They got all wobbly. Thanks for cooking along, anyone that cooked along. Oh, thanks for just hanging out and chatting though, even if you weren't cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I'll just get the screen up on here.
And I'll just mention one more time that that recipe was from our new cookbook, Speedy Vegan. So it's available now for pre-order with 10% off, and it will be out sometime in November. So there's probably a link below, I guess.
Link in the description.
Oh, we're probably nearly done an hour anyway tonight, haven't we?
Yep. 10 minutes to go.
Very good.
Joan is making banana bread after this. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Get some.
We haven't made that for ages, have we?
Daddy Bear, does Cowboy still hunt?
No. She goes in the back garden, but she doesn't go any further, unless her choice. She's never been a cat to really wander very far. I
don't think she's ever brought an animal back, has she?
I've seen her eat a butterfly, I'm afraid, a couple of times. And I've seen her eat a couple of spiders in here. So I guess that's hunting, isn't it?
She's more of an insectivore.
Yeah, I don't think she's fast enough to catch like a bird or anything, because I think that she just never went far and got used to, you know, like, you know, having that kind of agility and stuff. We had her sister used to live with us, and
She was a right knob.
she did used to catch animals, I'm afraid, yeah.
Carlos Police in the hizzy, and have we said hello to Cassie? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah,
We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Daddy Bear, 4 servings for Paul, 25 for the average.
Something like that. Sometimes I always take into account that people eat less than Paul does, but even, then, sometimes we have people over, or from the cookbook recipes, people will say, oh, that's quite a big serving still, but, I just think, oh, it's normal now, is it? But no, we do big ones. The kitchen did smell really good, thank God, yeah. Very good.
Special one. I'm going to run a marathon but don't want to take weird gels. What do you suggest? You might be able to do like dates and things, but you're probably going to need a big poo at some point. That's the only thing.
I know, which book do we have that's Rich Roll's cookbook? He's got loads of recipes
Brendan Brazier.
Okay. He's got loads of recipes for like gel type things, but I don't think it's not 100% whole foods, but it's shall I have a look? Do you know which book it is?
No, I don't know.
I can't remember.
Oh God. Aaron, I'm quickly becoming addicted to your YouTube channel. Well, thank you very much. You can come here again. Dosminovic, what's your favourite fruit? And someone predicted honey mangoes. That's certainly mine. What's your favourite fruit?
Yeah, like honey mangoes, a really good watermelon.
Watermelon.
Medjool dates. Yeah.
Deck Diggler, do vegans kill fleas?
I think that would be an individual...
I think that's a blanket statement. That's thinking that all vegans act similarly.
Yeah.
I suppose it's not considered vegan to kill fleas, but then you have the right to sort of self-defense and
yeah.
whatever.
In your home, the only way you can get rid of them, you can't humanely catch them and put them out or anything. The only way you can get rid of them is to spray things down that kill them, and if you don't, unfortunately, then they breed.
You're going to be very itchy, and no one's going to want to come round.
You're going to be really sore and itchy. Then the animals you live with are going to be very, very itchy and sore. And in older animals, it can actually cause them problems. When we took Mitzi to the vets, I'm sure they said, make sure you keep on top of that, because like elderly cats, they can struggle. They can get really infested with them and struggle. Would it be to do with anemia or something? Can't quite remember what they said, but there was some problem anyway. So yeah, that's a difficult one.
Rebel Vegan, will you do another meal prep in half an hour, Gemma?
Yeah, I think so.
No, that'll be nearly our bedtime.
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah. Would you want to do another one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up for it. Yeah. Do you want to see it the same format, like a breakfast, lunch, dinner, or do you want to see it a different format, like 5 packed lunches, or well, actually, I don't know how that. If it would have to be 5 different ones, I probably couldn't do it in the time limit in that way. Yeah, the breakfast, lunch, dinners just worked really well because I could make them in with each other and make like 4 servings of each one and stuff.
Big bro, I missed it. TT. Don't know what that means.
Oh.
But you can watch it. If you keep the link, you can rewatch. Although I will set it to unlisted, but it's still playable. Zosminovic, would you ever have meetups for people of the same interest? What do you mean?
Like a vegan meetup?
We have done meetups before, haven't we? Did one at the camp out. Carnage Police, favourite vegetables? Kalettes for me. They're a cross between kale and Brussels sprouts. Delicious.
Potatoes, do they count as
Yeah, they're a vegetable. Yeah, I like spuds.
Yeah.
Daddy Bear agrees with us. Oh, I think Brad's going to make this nice. Cassie, I think my meals are a good size, but then I'm shocked to see how little some people eat. Most people eat 300 calories for lunch. I'm like, I would starve.
Yeah, people would look at the serving sizes that we have and say that's a lot of food, but then with their snack they might have a can of or two or pints of beer, they might have a dessert, or later on in between meals they might snack on crisps or other things, you know, so we don't eat all that other stuff, so our meals have to be bigger so that we can get, you know, as many calories as they're eating.
Word up. It's a crying face, I see. I get it now. Aaron, as a newbie, can you please explain what are the benefits of nutritional yeast? I see it on your Facebook story every morning. Yeah, I do have it most mornings. What are the benefits of nutritional yeast?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is that it's 50% protein by weight, so that's quite a good protein source for vegans. Makes things really tasty. It has like B vitamins if they're added, if it's fortified, doesn't it?
B12 specifically, you're talking about, has a lot of its own intrinsic other B vitamins.
Oh, right, okay.
Yep. And it's a good amount of zinc, I believe, as well. Zinc, some fibre, some, what is that specific fibre? Beta glucans, which are really good for the immune function and heart health.
And it's like from a mushroom, isn't it?
Well, they are specifically single-celled mushrooms, each little flake.
So unique micronutrients?
Myconutrients.
Micronutrients.
Well, yeah, they are micronutrients. We were both right.
Okay.
Right, we should really chip off and do some other stuff. Thanks to the moderators for keeping us troll-free. Thanks for the super chats, keeping the beat on our toast. And the cameras rolling. What day is it? Monday? Back Friday, 7 p.m. GMT. Set a reminder because YouTube's rubbish. I may be on Wednesday morning about 7 a.m. So, yeah, keep up to date with the channel for that. You can follow me on Instagram, Hench_Herbivore. I often do updates of when I'm coming on. Follow Gemma as well, Gemma_Herbivore on the gram. Do a lot of posts on there, don't we?
Yeah, I've been a little quiet the last couple of days, but usually I do a lot of posts about what I'm up to and recipes and stuff.
If you want to optimise your health, your body shape, your sports performance, and you've not done so already, download our free online e-guide, How to Eat Plant-Based Successfully, complete overview. Our cookbooks, our first two are currently 30% off. So they're just $6.99 each. And our new book, Speedy Vegan, is out on pre-order at 10% off. Link below for that. That'll be out next month. Anything else to add?
I think that's all the things. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it, and have a nice week. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the cowboy's there. I'm going to love him. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Bye for now.
Goodbye.